Hello, everybody. I'm John Szijjarto, and my partner in this project is Batal. We are doing a COVID-19 visualization, a picture of the pandemic. Our intent for this application was to create a tool that individuals could use to gain more information about how COVID-19 has affected their countries and the world as a whole, or if they're in the US, how they have affected their individual states.
We opened the MATLAB and then we opened the project where we downloaded the file. We hit the start file and then we run the project. It basically opens the app, or we can use the COVID case analysis in lab and open it. Both of them works. So after we run the app, we technically used app designer, and the most of the feature that we use is typically buttons, text fields, hyperlink, and background picture. I'm gonna talk first about the how to download the data and put it in the file, as every day they change the data and they download the new set with the new data. So first of all, for the covered COVID cases worldwide, the death cases, and the confirmed US cases, we go to the COVID data link, the hyperlink on the right, we open it, and then we can download from here, from the GitHub website, the new cases. And for the other ones, we can use another hyperlink. So we will make a tryout here and download the US stated. So we can copy the address and just download it. Make sure the name is the same so it doesn't mess up the project. We can copy it and then go to where we had the file here and press it. We can delete the all data that is uploaded and download the new one. And then we can go back to the app and run again and choose one of the top 20 US cases and the gross of the cases of top 20 US. We can see that the last data, December 2022, which is just today. So this is the way you go download them, delete the old data, and put the new data set with the same name in the file, and then run the app again, and it opens. For the first part, where you can see comparing between two countries, you can write any name of the country except China because the data was so big. So in order to know what's that, like whatever the country name you want, you can just go to the country's PDF file, look at it. Let's take Algeria, copy it, put it as a first country. And the second box is the country that you want to compare with the first country that you chose. Let's choose Canada. And then you press the button, and that shows you the cases between both countries. From this, for the final project, this file, for all the codes that we've been using, it's kind of different from the app that we made. It's just the code for plottings for each plot. We technically use like read table to get each table. So we had to clean up some data and change the names. Then I had to sum all the data till to date. And then with that, I used GeoBubble to show the data on it to the plot of the world.
The other main features that we were working on were visualizations of COVID data on an interactive 3D globe. So the one that we're going to be looking at right now is COVID-19 deaths on a 3D globe. So we click the button and wait for it to load. Each point is plotted individually. The data had to be constructed this way because the file that was downloaded was incredibly large. And so I manually cleaned and organized the data. And that CSV file that I used is included in the zip file that we downloaded for this project. So this data that I'm using for the 3D plotting is current up until the 20th of December, 2022. Now we see on these plots that there are circles. The relative size of these circles indicates the relative number of deaths compared to other countries. So the US has a really large circle compared to like Cuba, that is a smaller circle, meaning that the US had more deaths than Cuba. And you can compare on other countries in the world. And I'm just navigating by clicking and dragging. You can also zoom in using a scroll key or your trackpad to look more in depth at the individual circles to compare better.
There's other stuff you can see from here, the confirmed COVID cases, which is like the GeoBubble function that I used. You can see from here, it's a 2D plot where you can go through the cases at the beginning of COVID pandemic in January, compared to our present, which is today. This is a histogram showing the top 20 states by cases, the last one, which is the growth of those states. So how those top 20 states evolved from January 2020 till up today.